Hey, some folks were wanting to see the whole garden here, so I'm going to show you off my garden, starting up by the house here. I've got a few bits of flowers up towards the house, nothing fancy. I mean, there's a few hostas up there. We've got Jerusalem artichoke and some foxglove under the clothesline. But up here we've got, this is the girls' strawberry patch. It needs a little work, but there's a few strawberries in it. They planted beans in the middle of the strawberry rows, which I guess works for now, being its first year. I have a little bit of a semi-meadow area out here. I mowed around some of the thicker clumps of perennial grass that I like, just because I think it's pretty that way. And we've got our asparagus, Aspera mahuzits, up here, and my apple tree that's 11 and a half years old. I planted it from seed. And Esther's roses. Oh, you just got that one's just gonna open soon. She's gonna love that. So I got my asparagus here in my rows, and then we're moving down to my apple tree. We've got onions I gotta finish getting the cover crop out of the onions. We've got sunflower actually that sprouted up from the rabbit manure. We came in the rabbit manure with straw and dropped feed. We feed some sunflower seed to the rabbits. So that's growing in there, and I got to deal with it. I got an empty bed here that's apparently just growing grass. I've got some raspberries planted here, and my lettuce that I'm pulling out the rest of the way now, and we're replacing it with cucumbers. More onions and lettuce that has to go, some chard on the end. I've got my empty bed that I just planted with okra, mostly. We pulled out a lot of the beets already, and I'm planting okra now. Next up, we have my tomatoes that are desperately needing their cages up now. There's a few cabbage here left. Most of those were picked early. And then my 1 and 2 beds full of both weeds and Egyptian walking onion. I like those things. They're pretty cool. I actually sell a lot of those at the market in the springtime, well, this time of year, as spring scallions. Another mostly empty bed here. This one was planted with chard, but the slugs ate most of it, so I don't know what I'm putting in it yet. And potatoes. I love my potatoes. I got tomatoes in this bed here. I got to clear this middle out from last year's kale and plant more tomatoes. And more tomatoes. And more tomatoes here. We're going to have a lot of tomatoes. More potatoes. Take a look at these. Isn't they so pretty? Look at them flowers. I can almost smell the potato blossoms. You know that? And in the greenhouse, well, in front of this old greenhouse, I've got more walking onions in front and on the side. The greenhouse is full of peas and beans in the middle. The girls gone to weeds. They're going to work on that. More potatoes. Quite a bit here. Several different. This is 4 different types of potatoes. We got some Russian pink fingerlings and some Cannabacks and some russets. I've got some Norlands and my bigger apple tree. I love that thing. Some Jerusalem artichoke. Yeah, the produce stand. And then over here we've got the other side of the drive here. I've got my, whatever that is, rhubarb. I gotta weed it. I'll get that tomorrow. And this is planted right along the property line here. It's just, I think it's about 92, 93 feet long. This strip here, planted every other, I like that, back and forth on both sides. 4 feet between holes, and that's melons. Got watermelons there. So whatever, 92, every 4 feet of 92 feet times 2. Have that many watermelons. I got more potatoes here. This is actually, that's what I planted. This is what came up from last year. So it's pretty sparse. I decided I'd leave it since I like potatoes so much, and I planted in these rows. You can see the rope. I planted in these rows wherever there weren't potato plants already. I planted just here today. We got a bunch of squash and pumpkin. So if you can't tell, potato is my main crop. I love potatoes. That's 99% of everything. Now if you look further over that away, maybe I can walk there without killing everything. That is my that's my greenhouse that I just took the plastic off a few weeks ago. That's where my beets are already being picked. I have cabbage that's about to be picked. I have, boy, those potatoes do look nice. You know what? Look how big those potatoes look. I didn't fertilize anything. I didn't use any legitimate fertilizer there. This is all just my foliar sprays and my mulch and a little bit of manure in the winter and spring. Not even that much. Ooh, strawberries. It's small, but they're first year. That was a good strawberry. This is my strawberry patch. Do you see a problem? Because I do. I can't hardly see the strawberry plants. I just planted them all this spring. I gotta get in there and weed them tomorrow. I should have time. It's my other day off. The greenhouse. I gotta fill this up more. We're filling this up with beans, lettuce, and peas. And all these beets are gonna be picked out within about a week. You can see here they have scorch damage from getting too hot. And literally started burning the leaves on my beets here. The cabbage didn't seem to mind it, but the beets and yeah, my lettuce that the woodchuck likes so much. At least I think I got all the woodchucks now. So I've got to pull these beets out tomorrow or Saturday morning. We're going to sell them at the market. The cabbages are getting big. I'll fill in all the holes with something that grows fast. Now say, do you know anybody who does anything with trees? I love trees. I'm just learning how to work with them more. I've got my hybrid willow and hybrid poplar that I'm going to be planting in the backyard actually for a coppiced tree fodder system, a feed system for our rabbits. Cutting all the green growth a few times a year for a hay crop. It's going to be pretty neat. I'm not going to plant those though until the fall when they go dormant. As long as I keep them fed and watered well, and these willows are growing so stinking much that I think I need bigger pots for them. But I'll plant those when they're dormant this fall. So that's basically the entire garden. I got a little more space up there, a little more space down here, but I'm kind of letting that fallow for now. Mostly because I know I'm not keeping up with what I have now. So I'm just leaving that be. Eventually I do want to take all this and I want to convert this here, all this brush and trees and weeds growing up, into a little bit more garden, but I can't handle that for probably the next few years. So that is my whole garden. And I hope you liked it, because I sure did. Actually, I don't really care if you like it or not, because it's my garden, not yours. I guess that's it. Oh, one more. I have comfrey. Actually, I have two comfreys, the common comfrey and, or officinalis, the official comfrey. And then I have my Bocking 14 hybrid comfrey that I grow because it's pretty and the bees like it. And it's good for rabbit and pig feed. Here's that bumblebee. Hey there, how you doing? Having a good day? Alright, that is my garden. That's everything. I gotta go because there's a lot of work to do. I'll catch you later. Bye now.